Realer than real.
You guys, as I sit down to start this podcast, I was going on my phone and someone commented on my story on Instagram, so I went to go look at it. And the second I open Instagram, I see that yet another person that I've gone to school with has gotten married. Now, this sounds like I'm being jealous. Swear to God, I'm not. Y'all know I love love. I love all this stuff. I'm also like 27, so I'm not really shocked by the, let me make sure it's not showing. I'm not really shocked by the idea of people around my age getting married or engaged or having children, but it's just like I mean, I wonder if this is what it's like for everyone in the, like, someone who is 35 right now. When you were 27, was this what you were experiencing as well? Like, I just think it's so crazy to me. Like, we are fully the adults. I totally understand that. But I feel like every single time I open Instagram, it's another announcement. Someone else has hit a huge milestone in their life. And I'm just like, damn, what's going on? I love it. I love that for y'all. Be happy, be merry. Send me the registry so I can look at it, because I'm not going to be able to afford anything on it. But I want to at least see what you want. But I'm just like, oh my God, what's going on? Oops, sorry. If you're watching this, you just saw the drink of the week, but we will still do a drink of the week. Just pretend you didn't see that. I want to comment on their Instagram before it like refreshes and goes away forever. Oh my God. There's something so fulfilling about commenting on an Instagram post. Not me literally just scrolling my feed right now. I just kind of got into it a little bit. Seems like everybody was out and about this weekend, just like having a good old grand old time. Portugal, you say? I need to put down my phone. Common scrolling like through Instagram experience with me is, honestly, I notice that about myself, and I don't know if it's because I live alone. No, that can't be what it was like. That can't be what it is, because I still feel like I would do this even when I lived in the house with my family. But do you ever just sometimes like you feel the need to do things out loud? Like if it's been quiet for too long, you feel the need to like not necessarily narrate things. And it's not even necessarily having a conversation with yourself. It's just vocalizing your thoughts. It's just putting it out loud. I don't know. I feel the need to do that a lot. Or especially like, now I know that this is because I live alone, but I will find myself like if I'm scrolling on TikTok, some things are actually like laugh out loud funny. But there are other times where like things will be moderately funny and I'm in here cackling as if I am having a conversation with like, I don't know, Dave Chappelle himself. Like I'm sitting in here wiping away tears, laughing at a TikTok that I feel like if I saw it on the metro on my way to work, I would just only slightly like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There's like a weird, like, it's almost like a freedom that comes with living alone, but it also kind of feels a little teensy bit like a psychosis. This is not a cry for help. I'm just saying. But hey, how are you guys? I did not mean to jump right into it. I do think apologies are in order because I did have to skip an episode last week. TBH, you guys, work was just a little chaotic for me last week. For those of you who don't know, I do work at a university, and this time of year is very admissions heavy. So it's just like a lot of events dealing with that. I mean, also, if you work at a university or you know someone who works at a university, call this number down below for support. But it's the, education system is very chaotic right now. There's always something going on. So just in addition to everything else, it is kind of like a crazy time. And last week just required a little bit extra out of me. And because I was required to be more of something in some place, I could not be that thing here for you guys last week. So I am so sorry. Hope you forgive me, but we can move forward because we're best friends, right? I'm putting up the half heart symbol so you can go ahead and meet me halfway. That'd be great. Thank you. Where do we want to start, you guys? I'm going to be honest, you guys. So obviously I knew when I came home today, or I knew from yesterday, because today I'm filming this on a Monday. So Sunday night, I was like, I'm going to film the pod tomorrow. I need to think about topics. And then the entire workday went by. The entire commute went by and I didn't think of anything. And even right before I turned on the camera, I'm still trying to think of stuff. And I have an idea of what I want to talk about today, but not really. So this episode, it could be a complete shit show. It could be something great. Who really knows? But we'll just see how it goes. One, I just know that I'm so tired right now. Like, I literally just want to lean back. I know you guys like want to look at me directly head on, but I just kind of want to sit like this. I hope this isn't too bad, because this is so comfortable. I feel like this is how I sat. I feel like if you go back to like episode 2 or 3 when I was having my back spasms, I feel like I was sitting literally like this. Wait, this is so comfortable. Why did I stop sitting like this? This is good. I need to like adjust my feet, but like this is really comfortable. Hold on now. This is nice. I feel like, you know what? It is better to lean in though this way, because when I post the episodes on like TikTok and stuff, it'll crop me out if I think I'm leaning too far. I just want to lay down though. I'm like so tired right now. It's bad, but I don't know why. I know why, because it's late. It's like, where's my mouse? I don't know what time it is. Oh, it's 10:50 p.m. That's insane. Like, the only reason I'm filming this, I dropped my phone. The only reason I'm filming this so late is because I don't have to go into the office tomorrow. So I have a little more flexibility in terms of when I have to go to sleep and when I have to wake up. But, I don't know if I'm going to make it. So I want to tell you guys a little story about myself. Because that's what this podcast is supposed to be about, right? It's supposed to be like fun little anecdotes. Well, obviously this podcast covers like pop culture topics, social phenomenons, social media things of that nature, right? But I also wanted to cover like personal anecdotes, because that would be my way of us making a connection, other than like, me telling you what I think about Gerard Carmichael making a fool of himself on his own TV show, and then Tyler, the Creator, going on the Coachella stage and making fun of him again. I won't even address it because I already said everything I need to say about that. Awkward, just pain all around. But something you guys may not know about me, if you don't know me in real life, is that I grew up watching a lot of wrestling. And I have so many weird memories, a combination of like good and weird memories attached to wrestling. But I think how I got into it was that my brother's dad would watch it. And I feel like it would just be on, and I would watch when I was younger. And one of my earliest memories is watching Rikishi on TV. And if you're unfamiliar with who Rikishi is, he's this big Samoan dude, huge dude. And his finisher was to put his no, it wasn't bare. He was wearing underwear. But it was to press his ass cheeks. He's a literal big man. So parts of his body are huge. He is pressing his big ass cheeks into his opponent's face, and that's his finisher. And I feel like, we'll say I was 4, right? We'll say 4. As a 4-year-old, you might not remember a lot of things, but you remember seeing a Samoan man press his big ass, his anatomically big ass, into somebody's face as a finisher. So those are my earliest memories. I also remember, like, as time went on, my mom would tell me that, like, when I was younger, I couldn't say the name Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I would say Posey Posse, which I just think that's cute. It's a little charming, Kids say the darndest things. So I remember being into wrestling. And then it kind of like, fell out of my purview, which sucks because that era of wrestling, I feel like was maybe like that was the Attitude Era, which was like pre PG era wrestling. And, the girls that get it. But like Attitude Era wrestling was chef's kiss because it was raunchy. It was inappropriate, but it was good TV. It was good. before I start to, like, well, let me actually finish the timeline of how I got into wrestling. Um, in middle school, I just remember like all the like little boys running around always saying things like booyaka booyaka and suck it. And I was like, what is this? Why don't, like, shut up. What are you talking about? And I feel like I had maybe like asked my brother about it. Hell, oh my God, my camera's doing that thing again. Cause we went to the same elementary school, and I probably asked him like, do these kids, cause that's my kid voice. Do the kids in your class say these things? And I feel like I remember us figuring out it was wrestling. So then one night we just decided to watch wrestling. And that, let's say I was like in the 4th or maybe 5th grade by then. From me being in the 4th or 5th grade all the way up until about, I want to say maybe my freshman year of college, I was an avid wrestling fan. And I was hardcore into it. I would watch it, every Monday night. I'm sitting down to watch Monday Night Raw. Tuesdays, I'm watching ECW. Fridays, I'm watching Friday Night SmackDown. And then when TNA came around, Total Nonstop Action, I had some Rare to Be Thursdays as well. And then if a pay-per-view came out on Sunday, I was right there as well. I was such a big fan of wrestling at the time. And it's so interesting to me because wrestling is truly for the girls that get, like, it's the girls that get it. Because one of the things I hear about wrestling the most from people who don't watch it or don't enjoy it at all is like, oh, it's fake, right? Like, you can't watch something that's fake. Like, how can you enjoy something that's fake? First of all, shut the fuck up. Like, I just, people are so goddamn aggravating. I'm going to address the how can you enjoy it if you know it's fake allegations first. How does anyone enjoy anything anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, the same way that you would enjoy a TV show or a movie or a play, that's the same way people like wrestling. Like, I don't understand how that concept is so hard to grasp. How do you enjoy it if you know it's fake? Hello? Why did it do that? My camera just shut off while I was recording. And I'm just so sure that that'll result in a super fun thing to deal with when I'm editing. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't get how people are like so up in arms about people who enjoy wrestling, even though they know it's fake. At least like the storylines itself. What the wrestlers put themselves through, the actual like physical part of it. Here's how I look at it sometimes. It is a choreographed dance between two lovers. It is choreographed. It kind of has to be. Like, you can't have these like, I don't know, these 300-pound men just throwing people around and that be okay. I think if I had to explain it to someone who was like interested in watching it but was still like hella confused on like what parts are real and what parts aren't, there is no way you could throw yourself into a barricade and that not be real. But if you were, if you're asking about, I don't know, like it's hard. It's hard for me to say because I see what happens. I see people get injured. Like, I literally just saw a clip of like this one wrestler. I guess the person was going to do like a, I don't know the name of the move, but like if the person is in front of you and then you go behind them, you grab them by like the torso and you plant your feet so you can pick them up and throw them over you. They're supposed to land on their back. But this guy dropped the dude wrong. He landed directly on his neck. And he's a big dude. I'm pretty sure he's not going to wrestle ever again because like, it could have actually ended a lot worse. But like, it's things like that. Like, there's a way to do these things safely so that you can do these things. It's like, oh my God, is that real or not? The move is real. He's not picking up this person and slamming them down, but it's about the way that you do the moves. Now, there are certain things like punches that like don't land. Like, you're not actually getting punched in the face. This isn't the UFC. But like, I don't know, there's some things that are. Just watch it closely. It's really not that hard to tell. If you are watching certain things, you'll be able to see what's real and what's not. But I don't know. Yeah, I've always, well, not I've always, but like, I had a moment there where like wrestling was like just kind of like a core thing in my life. I went to a few shows and I feel like at each show I went to, I had like a core memory. I want to start with the bad first and then I'll go to the good. I'll never forget this. In middle school, I don't know, I guess maybe there had been reports of like bullying running rampant in my middle school, right? And so this person, I don't know I don't know what this situation was, but this woman, she came around to the classes and she had separated our class from like boys and girls. And she had all the girls sit in a circle. This was terrible. And I don't know how it got to this point, but eventually you know what it felt like? It felt like that scene in Mean Girls where they're all like saying, I guess, like things that they've said that have hurt each other. And the one girl who's like, I forget the name that she says, but she's like, Stacy, you're not, oh, no, I don't hate you because you're fat. You're fat because I hate you. That's literally what this moment felt like. And I remember there's this one girl in the class. She was low-key a bully. I hope she's doing well now, but she was low-key a fucking bully. She goes around to everybody. Oh my God. No, actually, this girl said something else to me. It was a different girl. Bro, I'll never forget why she said, she literally said to me, mind you, we're in middle school. She says to me something along the lines of like, Shamira, I'm so glad I got to know you because when I first met you, I thought you were a lesbian because you liked wrestling. What? What is going on? Leave me alone. Honestly, we should start bullying each other even more now because why the fuck would you say something like that? I think that is the most asinine thing for one middle schooler to say to another middle schooler. You thought I was lesbian because I liked wrestling? Mind you, wrestling is a bunch of naked, oiled up men rolling around and touching each other. If anything, I'm not even going to finish that joke, but that'd be a good joke. But what the hell? The other girl, actually, just to finish telling the story, the other girl who was a bully, when I tell y'all she just went down the line and started saying things about people, she would just be like, I think she started off being like, oh, y'all know I'm just playing with y'all, blah, blah, blah. But then she went down the line and started saying fucked up things about everybody. And she got to me, y'all. She said, Shamir, you know, I really like you and stuff. You're funny, but I don't be playing when I say your hair looks a mess because it does look a mess. Great. Let's all just, maybe we should not have had this moment where we talk to each other because it turned out so terribly. Anyway, so that's one of my more untreasurable moments attached to wrestling, but I do have a lot of good ones. So the first show that we ever went to, it was a Friday night SmackDown. And I remember we got like the cheap seats, like real cheap, way up high. And I remember like we were, if you've been to like any type of arena that has like a main thing, especially like a ring. So let's say the ring is like, I'm trying to do this so that it's all in camera. Let's say that the ring is like over here. Our seats were like, I'm pointing to the top corner of the camera. Our seats were like way up there. Like they were like at the beginning of the ramp, like cheap seats in the beginning of the ramp. And, I remember one of the wrestlers was coming out, like doing his entrance. And mind you, we're in the very like high up cheap seats. There's no way that even the lights of the building are hitting us. And I remember the like wrestler, he looks up in that general direction and you could not tell me that he was not looking at me. Cause bitch, you best believe with all of my little arm strength, I waved back. I said, hi, hey. I was fully convinced that he saw me and I saw him. We see each other. I was convinced we were there with each other. It was just me and him in the room. So I have that memory. I also remember at that show, because we were so high up, we could see like backstage. And so we were watching wrestlers pass like through. And it was like me, my mom, and my brother. I also remember what I wore to this show. If I can find a picture of it, I will insert it here, like as I'm talking. But bro, I used to just dress like an auntie. I know for sure it was definitely probably like black acid wash skinny jeans, and I know it was like this striped like shawl thing I used to wear, and I just know I was wearing ballet flats. Like, I'm doomed to be an auntie. Born to be a bad bitch. No, wait. Born to be an auntie, forced to be a bad bitch, honestly. But yeah, I remember that from that show. What else? I also remember from that show, because obviously people bring signs and stuff. I remember me and my brother, we brought a sign that said MVP sucks. MVP was a wrestler at the time, and we just put MVP sucks, and the guy confiscated it, and we were like, oh, maybe he thought it was inappropriate. Since then, I have seen several inappropriate things on signs taken into the stadiums, and they've been seen on TV. And me and my brother always joke about it, how that person may have actually been like a fan of MVP, because there's no reason that our sign should have gotten taken. He really confiscated our sign. I'm so pissed about that. Anyway, so that was really fun. My first show was really fun. The second time I went, and I might be forgetting one, but the second time I went, I remember okay, so you can hear me on the TV. You cannot see me, but you can hear me. So basically, there was this group called The Shield, which, if you're a wrestling fan and you heard me say that, thoughts and prayers. We all know how we feel about them. And there's a specific member of The Shield named Roman Reigns. Woo, great googly muggly. When I say gorgeous, you guys, for the girls who are wondering, just go ahead and Google him. Google him, and if you're standing up, sit down. If you're driving, pull the car over. If you got socks on, prepare for them to be knocked off. He is hit it out the park. Gorgeous. But you can hear me in this recording, and I made sure of it. I knew going into this, I was like, he's going to come out, and when it's very, very quiet, I'm going to scream loud enough so that I can hear myself when I watch it back. But my main thing was seeing if he would react. He could not react because he was in character, and his character cannot react at that moment, but I know he heard me. So I'm going to play it for you guys. So this is from 2014. January 6th. Okay. Oof. But you can hear me clear as day in the background, okay? Listen.
Is it bothering you? You!
Did y'all hear that? Let me play it again for y'all.
Is it bothering you? You!
That's your girl. That's me, baby. I know he heard me. In my heart of hearts, I know he heard me. And when we eventually get to meet each other, I'm going to play that for him. He's going to be like, oh my God, I knew that was you. I've always wanted to meet you. And I'm like, yeah, duh. So that was really fun. We also got really good seats for that show. I've never been so close until I was able to get closer, because one of my friends from high school got tickets and I got to go with him. And we were actually super close then. And we got to the venue early enough to where we could see wrestlers getting out of like the trucks before they come into the stadium, and that was really cool. So I've had a lot of like really cool moments attached to wrestling, and it's been like a really like fundamental part in my life. It's like one of my earliest memories of watching something that me and my mom really liked. One of my earliest memories of watching something that me and my brother liked, something that we like put a lot of money into, because going to shows isn't cheap. We bought pay-per-views, we bought the magazines, we bought like merch and stuff, I believe. Like, it's not cheap. And even now, as an adult, because now that I have access to adult money, I'm kind of like, maybe I get me a little fake belt. Because I've always wanted a little like WWE championship belt. Get me some gold around my waist, baby. So, but I don't know. I've always liked wrestling, and I've recently gotten back into it. And not to get fake deep on you guys, but something about it, watching it now as an adult, and I'm watching it now to appreciate the storytelling. Because like I said earlier, obviously I know it's fake, but it's really just about, I enjoy a good story now, and I like to see how things are written out. And I won't even talk about the literal piece of shit that Vince McMahon is. I'm not even going to address him and all the things he's done. But even just as a storyteller, he would just like not write good. He would write things that you expect. The big muscly guy is always going to win because it's Vince McMahon. The hotter, the more conventionally attractive, the one who has the more sex appeal, that quote unquote diva is always going to win. You know what I'm saying? But now that the business is being run by Triple H, who was a former wrestler, there's so much more like diverse storytelling, and I'm sure he's not putting pen to paper with all of these, but he's the CFO or whatever, so he's signing off on all these things, and the storytelling is just so much more rich now, and it has re-immersed me in a way that is I've never been like more re-immersed into something. I feel like re-energized, re-passionized by it. It's just really nice to like feel something that connects me to this younger part of me. Because when I was younger and I was watching it, I was enjoying it because it was so high energy, and I'm watching these people do these athletic things, and it's music, it's fireworks, it's sound, it's someone gets slapped here, someone gets called a bitch there. But now I'm watching this super complex story of this like wrestling group that is also this one of the biggest like family influences in WWE, and it's all just so like it's really like it's positively overwhelming. Like I just watched, I didn't get to see it in like real time obviously, but my boyfriend came over here and he like walked me through, he was like showing me one of like the feuds actually from this group, The Shield, because spoiler alert if you don't know, they end up breaking up. I won't tell y'all how, but it involves two of the members, and that part of the storyline was relevant to what I just saw in WrestleMania. And I could kind of put the pieces together of what happened, but actually watching the storyline, I'm watching two people who were not these characters when I first met them, but now they've evolved into these different characters, but they still carried this burden of like what happened to their group with them. And it's something that like, it is the perfect example of long time storytelling. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm speaking like in code, and I feel like only specific people are going to understand what I'm saying, but there's just something about like this longevity of wrestling that has wowed me. Because if you had asked me in like 2020, I feel like I firmly remember saying like wrestling's not going to be a thing anymore, like it's not popular. Especially I didn't think they were going to get through the COVID era of wrestling. It was literally like the wrestlers were in a ring and the audience was like fans like watching via Zoom or whatever, like around the entire stadium. I did not think they were going to make it out of that, but they did. And now they're here and wrestling is like really big. They just had Coco Jones performing the national anthem. Like I feel like that's really big and like such an unsuspecting crossover. But I'm saying all this to say one of two things, right? It feels really nice to watch wrestling again because it gives me something to be immersed in. I'm a girl who needs her fixations, right? I like to fully immerse myself into something. That's how you know I'm enjoying it. When it becomes my entire TikTok For You page, if I'm looking at it on Tumblr, if I'm retweeting things on Twitter, just know I'm too far gone. I'm officially immersed into something, but that means I'm enjoying it. It feels really nice to do that, but also feels nice to do something that like I can reconnect to my growing up. There are some things like watching SpongeBob, but that's like a different thing. SpongeBob is a whole other level of like a foundational part of me, but wrestling has become like this thing that I don't know, it's God, not to get all fake deep about it, but I feel very grounded watching it. I feel very like I had this moment last week. I was watching Monday Night Raw in my apartment, and something about it just felt so like, I felt like when I sitting here right now, or sitting here there watching Monday Night Raw, then I had this moment of like, when I was younger, this is what I thought adult life would be like. Sitting in your apartment watching wrestling. And I can't put it into words, but being able to do that, it was like this weird, like quick out of body experience that I had. And it just was really nice it feels really nice to connect with myself in that way. The second thing I want to say, Roman Reigns, come to the front, sweetheart. Come right up here. Come as close as you can to Auntie Sham. Can I bark into the microphone for you all? That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. He is just it's just like twirls hair, kicks feet, like he's just so, and he's always been, he's just gorgeous. I don't even know what to say. I'm literally charmed by him. Oh, I feel like I'm blushing. I need to stop. Just Roman, if you're listening, and I know you are, first of all, I'm acknowledging the tribal chief right here and now. Acknowledged. Oh, I just got chills. Anyway, I don't even have a good way to end this segment. The reason I literally wrote down this in my notes, opening segment, current crushes Roman Reigns, talk about WWE. That's what I wrote down. This segment was indeed to tell y'all that my current celebrity crush is Roman Reigns. Hey. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. Hi, podcast besties. Listen, I know you're loving the vibes here on the Realer Than Real podcast with your host and your literal best friend, Shamira. But if you know me, you know the party does not stop here. Follow the podcast on Instagram and TikTok where you can get behind the scenes sneak peeks of episodes, join the conversations in real time, and stay updated on all things Realer Than Real. Whether it's memes, pop culture headlines, or exclusive content, you can find me on TikTok at The Realer Than Real Pod or Instagram at The Realer Than Real Podcast. I can't wait to see you there. Bye! You guys, it's time for drinks of the week. That ate. I'm not gonna lie, that ate. If I was a better singer, that would have ate down boots. Really quick, because I know he's gonna be listening. Shout out to my uncle who always sends me positive feedback about the podcast. I really appreciate it. But he always sends his drink of the week. Now, you all could get a shout out like him if y'all actually listen to me when I say, let me know what y'all are sipping on, because I want to know. Y'all think I'm just saying that to be cute and catchy. No, I'm genuinely nosy. I want to know what y'all are drinking. But as some inspo, I'll tell you what I'm drinking right now. The girl needs no introduction. The Big Pink. My Big Pink, what is it? My Big Pink Reduce Stanley Dupe water bottle. You can hear the ice. I literally just put ice in it right before I started filming because it's too hot out here now to not be drinking cold water. I used to be someone who was like, I don't like cold water. I prefer room temperature only. And to that version of myself, I would say, grow the fuck up. There's nothing that can compare to ice cold water on a hot day. Like, really nothing. Like, that'll get you right. It's also like extremely important. Y'all better be drinking your water. I saw this TikTok the other day, and this woman was talking about how, I don't know if she was saying like she has like a patient who says the more water they drink, they get more dehydrated. But basically she was saying that, when you keep drinking water, obviously, it makes you pee, and people think that's like a good thing because it obviously means you're hydrated. And while it's good to be hydrated, you're like, it's like your body is just like flushing out important minerals that you need. So it's like basically not the serve you think it is. And so if you're gonna drink a lot of water, she said to put some type of like mineral in it. Like if you put like a pinch of salt in it, it'll help you pee less because like, I don't know, something about like your body's actually retaining electrolytes. I don't know. It was a very interesting video, but I've been thinking about that a lot recently. I'm going to have to see if I can find it again. If I can, I will try and put it in this video. Hopefully it won't get copyrighted, but it was a very interesting piece of information. And then for the specialty drink, if you saw it earlier, you saw it earlier, but I have a little can of Red Bull, the Red Bull Ski. This flavor is coconut berry. And it's really good. Ew, she's delicious. I love her so much. Ooh. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Shamira, why are you drinking a Red Bull at 11 p.m.? I couldn't tell you. I really don't know why, but I opened the fridge to get some water and I saw this there. I thought about it for like 2 seconds and I was like, yeah, I'm going to want that. I think it's because I want to do dishes after this. I don't want the dishes to sit in the sink overnight, and I know I'm going to need a little bit of extra oomph to actually want to do it, so that's really good. I don't know if y'all are energy drink people. I don't know if y'all are Red Bull people. If you are an energy drink or Red Bull person, start getting into the flavored Red Bulls and try this coconut one. She's real good. But ladies and gentlemen, my geeks and my freaks, is that what I'm going to start calling you guys? The geeks and the freaks? Ooh, did we just find a new nickname for you guys? that was drinks of the week. Please, please, please be cool like my uncle and let me know what y'all are sipping on. Cause I would like to know. Now tell me that didn't eat. Sit up there and start to lie to yourself and say that didn't eat. Anyway, you guys, I'm sitting back. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I don't have shit else to talk about. And it's really bad because I should have thought about it earlier. I really don't have anything else to tell y'all. I could think of another story to tell y'all. When I was, when we were taking our little break just now, I have some Amazon packages I thought about opening up. Would that be kind of interesting? Let's do it. Let's open up some Amazon packages. This makes me wish I got all of them right now. It's just 3 that I have right now, but we can open them. I'm going to start with the small one, which I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but let's just keep the element of surprise. Perfect. It's my sunscreen. Now look, there's a lot of things I play about. I don't play about wearing your sunscreen every day, but I especially don't play about sunscreen reapplication. Now listen to me and listen to me when I tell y'all this. The thing about sunscreen is that you have to wear it all day. You cannot just put it on once and expect to be okay. I know other skincare products work like that, but that's not how sunscreen works, babe. You're going to need to reapply. So this is the Hawaiian Tropics Weightless Hydration Face Sunscreen. It's a spray sunscreen that is good for putting over top of makeup. But if I could pinpoint one thing that I started using that changed my skin dramatically for the better is starting to wear sunscreen. And since I've been applying it more, babe, I've leveled up. And you can too. Get you a good sunscreen and then get you something to reapply it with. And if you wear makeup, you're going to want something, you're going to want to spray because obviously you're not going to have on a fresh face of makeup and then use a sunscreen stick or use sunscreen lotion. You're going to want to spray. But I got you there. If you want to look at my Amazon storefront, you can see all the links there. Now, I know what I ordered, and this package does not seem like it's big enough. I don't even know where to cut this at. Hello? Also, I'm not trying to hurt myself. Surely this can't be what I think it is, but what the hell? This is just such a weird way to package it. It's also bigger than I thought it was going to be. For those of you who are not watching, this is a purse, a pink purse that I bought because I've been wanting to incorporate more color into my, this is so cunty in the best way. Purse first. She's cute. Oh, look at you see me walking around with this. So when I go out, when I go out to the clubs and the bars, I'm very much an all black kind of outfit person. And so I've been looking for ways to incorporate a little more pop of color. Someone just texted me. Hello. Whenever someone texts me, especially during the pod, I act so surprised as if no one's ever texted me ever before. But anyway, I'm looking for ways to incorporate more color. I'm not saying that pink is my color, but I've definitely become someone that people associate pink with. I mean, if I look around, even just right in front of me, the things you can't see, I'm counting 1, 2, 3. I can't even, there's just so many pink things in front of me. So pink is definitely one of my favorite colors. Oh my God. So I got this pink little handbag. She's cute. And she's huge, first of all. I feel like she can hold a lot of stuff. Ooh, you guys, I love this. I do wish the strap was a little bit longer because it's a little short. Or I wish it was adjustable, but she's precious, you guys. And she feels good. A really soft, buttery material. Woo, girl. And the last thing are some boots. some boots the house down. Now, for record, I know you all don't ever see the bottom half of me, but I got big calves. I'm a big calfed gal, and it's hard for me to buy boots that fit said calves. So these are, okay, well this heel's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. These are the boots. These boots are made for walking, and that's what they're going to do. Because one of these days, these boots are going to walk all over you. They're supposed to be made for girls with big calves. Now, looking at the shaft of the boot, it does look like, this looks promising. I'm not going to lie, this does look a little promising. I want to try them on. Now, I'm terrified. I got them in my size, which I'm also a little terrified of. Because, you know, sometimes you got to size up for boots. I'm scared. I'm scared, you guys. The foot part looks small. And I know my like, shoe size. But sometimes... Okay, hold on. It might not be too bad. These are high as hell. Holy hell. Okay. Let's see. I'm zipping them up now. You guys, shut up. I don't think they work. Oh my God, I'm scared. I'm just afraid of like getting my leg into it. This is this is where we are so far. I'm not trying to show my entire leg. This is where we've gotten so far. This is ridiculous. This is the thumbnail, you guys. This is where we are so far. I have maybe like, what is that, like 3 inches left? I don't think it's going to go. I want to stand up and do it off camera. Maybe I need to stand up and do it. You guys, the boot is going to be a no-go. The boots are not booting with me today. Okay. That's totally fine, though, because that is about $40 I can get back from Amazon. There's one thing about me. I'm so sorry I'm out of breath, y'all. One thing about me. Well, I was trying to zip it. Hold on. One thing about me. Okay, I'm really trying to get the zip, so we're going to do it again. One thing about me. I'm going to get my money back. Okay. Well, that was disappointing but exciting. Wait, did I even comment on my hair? Hold on now. As you can see, if you're watching, I did get my hair braided and it looks lovely. I kind of wish I actually like gussied up for this podcast episode now, because I feel like I'm not really like selling that I got my hair done. I have no idea how I look on camera. Like, I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, but I'm so far away that like, I don't know. I can see my hair. I can see that there's hair there, and I can see my hoodie, but like, I cannot see my face right now. Like, I think I can see where my eyes are. Like, I can't really see. But anyway, well, that was exciting. I wish my other packages were here, but granted, they're closed, and I'm not going to try on any clothes right now, but yeah. I'm trying to think of like more fun things to talk about. Like, I wonder if there's like another story I can tell. Let's see if I can find something else traumatic for middle school to talk about. Middle school in itself, I don't have any guttural reactions to middle school. Like, in general, it was a fine time, but like, middle school is the definition of awkward. Well, yeah, I do have I have actually a lot of awkward stories from middle school. Here's one. Let me grab my microphone. I feel like I'm super far. Actually, I have a lot, in particular about someone who was supposed to be a friend, but actually said some really nasty things about me. Not even just like shady middle school things, but like definitely some low-key racist things, which is kind of like, maybe I won't dig up those worms right now, but should I? Do y'all want to hear one? I think I only ever heard one bad thing she said about me, but it was actually hella awkward. No, I can't. I don't want to. Right now. I don't think I'm in that headspace. I'm not in that mood right now. What I will say is I remember one time this friend, we were in, middle school, like drama club together. I never shaved my armpits up at this point. And I remember we were in dress rehearsal one day. Actually, I have so many weird things from middle school. I'm going to talk about all like the weird body things that happen in middle school. So like I said, I had this friend, we were in dress rehearsal for a play. And I don't know like why she saw me this close up. I mean, granted, it wasn't that bad, but in middle school, I had not shaved yet. Don't know how common it was. I don't know when everyone learned how to shave their armpits, but I did not learn yet. I remember, mind you, this bitch was supposed to be my friend, y'all. I remember she said to me something, like she gave me a compliment, right? She gave me a compliment and then followed up the compliment with an insult. So she said like something compliment. Now you just have to shave those tufts of hair under your armpits. Which tufts, I feel like is a big word for a middle schooler. This bitch looked me in my eyes, you guys, complimented me, and then said, now you have to shave those tufts of hair under your armpit. I surely did go home and shave that night, though. I'm not even going to lie. She put me on. I'm not going to lie. So there's that. I remember once this girl, don't know why she said this to me, completely unprovoked. She like compared me to one of her friends even, which is weird. But she came up to me and she was like, you know, Shamira, this is not funny, you guys. She comes up to me and she's like, you know, if you were taller, you wouldn't be as fat. My friend, I don't know, insert a name here, Jane, she's tall and she's fat. So if you were taller, you'd probably be skinnier than her. I'm sorry. Where's the compliment in that? What the hell? Were you trying to make me feel better about myself? I'm trying to think. I want to end on a high note now because I feel like all these stories made me look, they made me look like I was like pathetic in middle school. One of my favorite stories to tell, only because I just think it's so funny to me. This is in elementary school. There was this kid that like everybody liked. He was like the heartthrob of the third grade or second grade or whatever. And I remember, you guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm not trying to, I don't want this story to come off as like, girl, did you peak back then? It's not that I peaked. It's just that this is the ego boost that I needed back then. And that type of mentality has carried me throughout my entire life. So mind you, you know, cutest kid in our grade. Everybody was obsessed with him, whatever. I remember one day, I don't know, like, if I was going to the bathroom during class or whatnot, but he was in the hallway. I think he was, like, talking to the teacher. And the teacher came back in, and I, like, went to go use the bathroom. And he had stopped me in the hallway. This is, like, third grade me. And I remember this was picture day. I was looking real cute on picture day. And he told me he liked me. Me, the most him, the most popular boy in school. And me, just as, I'm just an ordinary girl. And Mr. Popular told me to my face, to my literal visage, that he liked me. You guys, I'm saying all this to say, that is my favorite connecting phrase. I'm saying all this to say, pop your shit, bitch. Pop your shit, bitch. Let me see if I can think of like another like high moment of school. There's not many. There's a lot of like in between moments though. I remember once in the 5th grade. I don't know if you all have done this, but it was like, I know this was definitely like an elementary school science class thing. And the point of the lesson, it was definitely a science class thing. It was to teach you to make sure you, like if you're creating an experiment, you want to make sure you're listing out every single thing you're supposed to be doing because science has to be like a very precise thing. And so the exercise was to write out how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And the science teacher, you would have to be like very direct, like open the sandwich bag, take out 2 pieces of bread, use a knife, open the peanut butter jar, stick the knife in the peanut butter jar. Like you have to be very precise. And I was the only student to give all the directions properly. And in the end, I won a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which first of all, he made that. And I don't know if his hands were clean. So that's kind of gross. But yeah, I was the only student that did it, you guys. Talk about genius. Talk about like childhood ingenuity really coming through on that ass. Like, yeah, genius right here. So not to stress y'all out, but in addition to a social media mogul, I'm clearly also a woman in STEM. Please, I am so bad at anything math and science related. It's actually bad. I, for sure, failed stat in college. I'm telling you, as God is my witness, when I opened that grade app, I know I saw an F, and then I went back to check like 3 weeks later and there was a D. I don't know if a final saved me or what. I don't know if it's just this winning hello? Not my light died. Oh my God. How am I going to finish the podcast? Wait, I'm freaking out right now. Hold on. I need to breathe. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. I don't know if I said at the beginning of this episode, but I knew this episode was going to be a hot mess, and now it's proving to be that, because now I'm using like a little desk lamp behind the camera to light it, to light the screen. Oh, I hate this so much. Oh, I hate it so much. But that's realer than real. Let's take a quick break. Let's take a little quick break. I'm going to charge my like little ring light. We're going to get back on track. Oh, this is so embarrassing. I could cry. Hey, besties. Are you ever curious about the woman behind the podcast mic? Probably not, because I'm an oversharer and you probably know most things about me. But if you want to get to know the real tea on all things Shamira, you should follow me on my personal social media. From day in the life vlogs to cooking videos to music reactions, babe, I do it all. My personal socials are where I take time to romanticize my everyday, ordinary girl life. So if you're into good vibes, laughs, and a touch of authenticity, come join the party. You can find me on TikTok at Shookmira, Twitter at Shamira James, that's 2 S's on the end, and Instagram at Shamira.Poppy, that's P-A-P-I-I. I'll see you there, babes. Bye. Guys, hello. Okay, we're good. We're back in action, everyone. What a roller coaster this episode has been. I don't know if it was me knowing what it was going to give beforehand, or I don't know if it was me speaking it into existence, but either way, I said this episode would be akin to a hot mess, and I was not wrong. But that's fine, because those are just the realities of what I do here, what I do for you guys, what we do for each other, with each other. The light is all charged up, but honestly, I am not. I cannot lie, y'all. I am very tired right now, but I'm committed to 3 segments always, and so I want to end off this episode going through my current top 5s. So this is like not like an official thing. I haven't heard this anywhere. It's just like an idea I came up with, where I would just kind of give y'all my like top 5 favorite things of the week, and it can literally be anything. I'm going to start with songs. If I had to just choose one song right now that's kind of like my current, it's gonna be Yaya from Cowboy Carter. Cowboy Carter is Beyonce's most recent album. It is her country music debut, and Yaya is just, it has the energy. And I know I said this before when we first talked about the album, but it reminds me so much of like a River Deep Mountain High, like just that like big band, like it just has such a like, it's got horns, it's got drums, it's got toms, please. I love that song. I spent the better part of my commute home listening to the Linda Martell Show, which is like a little interlude right before Yaya on the album. So I put that on the queue, then Yaya, and then the song right after it, which is, oh my God, it's Oh Louisiana. And I spent the better part of my commute listening to that. Also, if you listen to those 3 in that order, like Oh Louisiana blends so well right back into the Linda Martell Show, which then goes directly into Yaya, which goes into Oh Louisiana, which goes into the Linda Martell Show. Like, it's just so good. But that song, it has just such like it's loud, vocally, it's amazing. It's a very good song. So if you are still not on the bandwagon of enjoying any song from Cowboy Carter, and you're a maniac who doesn't want to start from the beginning, I would suggest starting with that song if you like kind of big Tina Turner-esque, kind of like that. I'm really bad at describing it, but like that, like deep South, like, not bush city limits. Like it has one of those feelings. I can't describe what kind of music that is. I want to look it up and see like what genre of music Google would say that is. Like I feel like it's gonna say country, which see it says pop country, but to me, there's like another layer under that. Like I would say whatever genre River Deep Mountain High is, Nutbush City Limits, Proud Mary, whatever that genre is, that's what Yaya sounds like to me, which I feel like would be classified as rock, and maybe that's what it is, but something about it just feels so let loose. Do what you do, baby. It's like funk rock. I don't know. But that would be one of my top songs. If I had to choose like a top show right now, I mean, not to sound like a broken record, but I might choose wrestling. I'm very into it right now. Like my entire For You page, my Twitter, and like when I go on Tumblr, I'm like looking through the wrestling tags. I'm so interested in it. It's got talented women, attractive men, good storytelling. I don't know what else a girl could ask for in this life or the next. So that's that. If I was going to say a food item, that's kind of tough. I feel like when it starts to get warm, I definitely want like cooling foods. So I've been into Caesar salads. I've been on a little Caesar salad kick. I also just love smoothies. I have like a really good blender courtesy of my brother. And so when it starts to get into those 70s and above temperatures, best believe I'm breaking out the blender. We're going to have smoothies every day. That's going to be the new staple of drinks of the week. We're going to have a fresh smoothie for me every single week. But yeah, I would say for right now, my food fixation is definitely anything Caesar salad related. For dinner, I had like a chicken Caesar salad wrap, chicken Caesar salad. That's pure brain rot, that is. So that would be food. What am I at? 3 things right now, so I need 2 more. If I had to choose an activity, like something I've been doing recently, I would say content creation, which I know is kind of like, roll your eyes or whatever, but I've been really kind of getting the swing of things. I've been feeling more confident in what I've been posting. So I would say content creation is my activity that I've been getting more into. And one last thing, maybe I'll do something I'm looking forward to, which will be spring cleaning. So I'm hoping to do like a spring cleaning series on my YouTube channel where I go through, like, I want to make a list of all the things I want to do in my apartment to like prepare for the spring, and I want to like do a little video series on it. I'm someone who I do clean my apartment a few times a week. I try and like keep it pretty tidy going into a week, or if I have like a busy weekend, like maybe if I'm having people over, I'll try and keep it clean. I'm generally someone who likes to operate with a clean space because my space is a reflection of how I'm doing mentally, or like if I'm, if I actually have enough time. Like my space is a reflection of if I'm taking care of myself. And so when my space is a mess, it can be assumed that I'm kind of like going through it right now, even if it's not like a, hey, are you okay? Like last week, because it was so busy, like my dishes were piling up. Like that's a telltale sign, obviously, that I'm like, I don't have enough time to do the dishes. So like as we go into the spring, I definitely like want to, I want to get down and dirty with it. I want to get on my hands and knees and scrub the baseboards. I want to go through the closet over there. I'm trying to lift up rugs and sweep under them and vacuum under them and mop under them. Like I'm really trying to refresh this place. Cause like sometimes you never want to become nose blind to your own space. That's one of my biggest fears. I always feel like I'm just worried that like my place stinks, even though like I rarely ever have a new person over here. Usually the people that come over here are people that have already been here before, but I'm always just worried that like, I don't know. I'm worried that like I'm going to leave out to like go grab the mail, and then I'll come back in and I'm like, holy hell, my apartment smells like shit on a stick. So I'm really worried about that, even though I don't really think that's possible because let me knock on wood, but I don't know. I just don't really think that would happen because I do keep a tidy place, but you never want to become nose blind. And there are some things that like I've just been putting off that I need to clean. Like I need to clean out the microwave. So I think that'll be something I'm looking forward to. But I don't know. I've let you guys sit through a chaotic episode for long enough. I'm going to let y'all go. And hopefully next week I'll have my shite together. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. You can never really guarantee it. What did we learn here today? Middle school was a crazy time. I love wrestling. I love Roman Reigns. I'm returning these boots because they are, in fact, not thick calf girl. I can't even think of the word, and I just want to end this right now. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Realer than real.